Hey YouTube, coming at you with the team that I used earlier in the season, Poliwrath, Shadow Ampharos, and Shadow A-Slash. And this one, so I built up two Pokemon, not just for this team, but in general this season, Ampharos and Sandslash. Poliwrath, obviously, with the Scald buff, is just so strong, right? So there's no real point of talking about Poliwrath. Sandslash, I went over in one video talking about how, you know, between all the dragons and being able to hit super effective against like steels and ice for the flyers, like Sandslash is still pretty strong. Obviously you need to watch out for fighters. And then I saw a ton of double electric teams, and I'm like, electric is usually very underrepresented in the Ultra League because there was a lot of dragons which resist electric, and then there was a decent amount of grass when Virizion was everywhere, so that resisted. So there wasn't a ton around. And then I saw one week like Ampharos come up 100 times, and I'm just like, why is everyone using Ampharos? So I had a non-shadow one and I used it. I'm like, this isn't very good. And then I'm like, you know what? Having a shadow with the Thunder Punch Brutal Swing probably adds a lot more shield pressure and probably makes it much better. And it does. So you can use Ampharos as a safe swap with Brutal Swing Thunder Punch. Because if you get in any sort of neutral situation, the Volt Switch Thunder Punch in itself is good. If you get in a situation against Giratina, at least you have a super effective Brutal Swing, right? So it's not a bad safe swap for this meta. Let's look at some battles here to see how it looks in action. So Poliwrath in Giratina, obviously I have a Sandslash, which will beat this pretty easily. Get to these Thunder Punches very quick. They'll do well over 50% from a first Shadow stab move here. So there's that. Probably try and take it out before taking it out. There's no real reason to take another move, so I might as well just take this out. Although I could, because if Regirock comes back in, they have to one-shot. Lock-on's not going to do anything. Unless it's just a fighter. Yeah, so maybe I could have farmed up a bit there, because I could have taken one more... I could take one more move, and then I could have farmed up because Lock-on's not going to take me out. So maybe I should have farmed up there. Get the draw run off. They shield. They are now farming up. So they will take me out here. It's okay. I have shield advantage and switch, which is a pretty good situation to be in. Stone Edge takes me out. It could be a Focus Blast. I may shield. Yeah, Focus Blast would hurt from this range. So I will commit the shield here. That's fine. And okay, this is looking like a pretty easy matchup. But look at those Volt Switches coming through so hard. And that's the thing, like the shadow bonus that you get like really threatens opponents here. I let it go knowing that I can live this and I'm still gonna get a Thunder Punch off, and then I thought that Poliwrath with the shield is just easily gonna sweep here. So there, look, right, 2 Volt Switches and a Thunder Punch. No, 2 Thunder Punches and Volt Switches take out a Tapu Fini, and same thing here. They're gonna try and lock on down, and these Volt Switches and Thunder Punch are just gonna do the damage, right? So I was actually very impressed by this. Okay, good, different team. I was like, did I really just put the same battle twice? No, I did not. Although the outcome so far is pretty much the same. Pretty easy lead win, pretty hard counter the second. I have to respect the Shadow Ball though, so I did shield that up. Now I can farm. Again, if Regirock comes back in, I'm going to have at least one drill run before they get a Focus Blast to take me out. If they're smart, they just let this go. Try and go 2 shield, whatever's in the back. So they'll take me out with the Focus Blast. Poliwrath will come in, and then they'll just try and do 2 shield, whatever is in the back. And it is a Tentacruel. I swear, I swear not all these matchups are this easy. But so far it's just 2 very easy alignment matchups. I do shield up a Scald. Because I have such a good matchup with Poliwrath on the Reggie. I'm not too worried about needing to shield there. Getting the second one off here. And the thing is, I just need to take this low enough. This will probably take me out and that Volt Switch won't register. But I feel like all I need to do is take this out low enough that I could now put this in Scald counter range. because they're unlikely going to have nothing to throw at me either. Not quite enough to take them out. This will not take me out. And then the question is, can a Focus Blast from this range take me out? Or will I get to move first anyways? Well, I would have got to a move if, you know, didn't have the Spinning Ball of Death there. Unfortunately, they only get to a Stone Edge for them, so... Yep, game lagged me out there, but that's okay. Still, I managed to Scald and then counter down here before they Poison Jab me down. Because, you know, Poliwrath is way too good in this meta. Okay, Tapu. Yeah, safe swapping here makes sense. And now this is where you're going to see sort of a bad matchup, how the Shadow can still add up a ton here, right? So between the Volt Switches and that, I'm now at a second move to grab a shield here. And so now they still need to throw an Earthquake. One Night Slash is not going to take me out, and I've already grabbed a shield. So I let it go. It is just a Night Slash. I could now determine what I want to do here, whether shield and try and get a Brutal Swing off to grab a shield, or just live it anyways and grab a shield. So Ampharos kind of with the sneaky bulk, even with the Shadow. They are down 2 shields. This is fine. I'm going to come in here. They could be Earthquake, so I probably have to respect it. Easy time to bait here. Oh, no, they just go straight Earthquake, so that's a good shield. Can I farm down? Yes, I can. So if the Tapu comes in, I'm going to have... Okay, I think it's not a bad idea. They're just going to force me to throw all my energy here so that the Tapu has a better matchup. Thing is, I'm so far ahead on energy and a shield advantage that I'll still be able to get to a drill run. And then I'm probably, after this drill run, in counter and Scald range, quite honestly, with the shield advantage. So I'll probably shield anyway. Yeah, I'll probably shield anyways, only because I know that a Moonblast will not take out a full health Poliwrath. So taking this down in just counter range, essentially. But if they even get to a Moonblast would not take me out from that range. So just doing that chip. Greedent is a great lead. They will stay swap into nothing. Interesting. So when you're playing in a matchup like this, you need to immediately have alarm bells going off in your head, right? Okay, good catch on Giratina, actually. The alarm bells are, why are you not getting out of this matchup? And if you're not getting out of the matchup, you may be double weak to fighting in the back, or you just may be catching on me. So, good catch on my opponent. Good catch by my opponent, I should say. Now, the question is, can I farm? They'll probably get to a second one. Just an ancient power, as long as they don't boost here. I think it's just worth the farm down and take a move. Yeah. I don't think there's a real point of throwing move, just a Dragon Claw, come out with some energy. Greedent will probably come back in. Get to 1 drill run. Again, any ship damage here is good. They'll probably try and farm a little bit here. Ooh, can't farm too much though, because the drill run will... I assume they were out of move I'm going to throw, so that's why I just threw this. Because Ice Punch would still hurt, but it looks like they are committed to the farm down, and they will get it. So they're going to be at multiple body slams here. Do not get the counter through. Oh my god. I hope they fix that bug. I have zero optimism that they're going to fix that bug. Now we get a Charm user with a Volt Switch user. And again, one of the main drawbacks of Ampharos is having a 4-turn fast move that you just need to optimize properly. So that one I did 2 for their 3. So I got back-to-back and be able to go back-to-back here. So 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9, which makes me able to take that. And now they are just counter range. Probably have multiple body slams though. So 1 shield, 1 live. Poliwrath's kind of sneaky, bulky, and you are not an attack heavy Pokemon. Yeah. Ampharos. Okay, so terrible lead. Got to come mirror match at best, which you're behind on energy, and now we get hit with a Venusaur. So this is real rough. Lost lead, lost switch here. They are going to be able to outpace me. I'll be interested to see if I shield and try and get 1 back, or do I just come and try and... I'll live. Hope I can... Again, I thought for sure a Frenzy Plant from Venusaur would take out Ampharos, but it does not. I'm going to have to take a Frenzy here, which will still do like 50%. And then I'm in like Volt Switch, Thunder Punch range for sure. Or they come with whatever's in the... Oh, this is... Okay, I'm just hard counter this way. Nothing I can do. Like those are the matchups where it's like Electric on my Water, Grass on my Electric, and then a Fighter on my Ice Steel. Those are the ones you just say, okay, not much I can do. Looks like I am just trying to waste everyone's time here. Like I have no win. I don't think I have a win condition. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Trying to maybe double Icy Wind. Hope they allow me to counter so that they're in Drill Run range, but they should be able to outpace me here. I'm trying to make my switch timer come up. Okay, thanks for wasting everyone's time. Why is this? I think when I'll have to, I don't want to adjust it because usually my camera's like maybe more like this. I don't know why I'm just like a half person. Anyways, hard counter, nothing you can do. Pidgeot. The thing is with the Poliwrath, it's not a terrible matchup. You could like super effective, but you're doing neutral and you can super effective. I think just because I have two answers in the back, it's worth just getting out. And right here come those super effective brutal swings. And that's where the shadow comes in, right? The shadow is essentially going to put this in 2 brutal swing plus volt switch range. So I'm going to shield because I know I can probably get one back here and probably get to a third before they get to another move. So there's the second one, and they let it go. So I just take switch. I now am going to grab a shield here because this will be super effective. Or they let it go. That's fine. Just live because it was like 4, 8 versus their 10. So I'll live to get a move off. Have to come Poliwrath. Have to just take the move. And then I'll have my Sand Slash on their Pidgeot. And that is how you flip a mid-game there. I am just going to Icy Wind. See if I stay in and force them to throw here. Pidgeot. No, I'm just coming straight in here, knowing that they won't have any move. Plus, then, if I let my Poliwrath go down and then they like Feather Dance me like 2 times here for 4 times lowered, I really don't like that. So I'd rather just come in here with Sand Slash, get a move off. They're going to lower my attack here. There's no point of Brave Birding me yet. And now I can just like, we'll play a throwing charge move game and then I'll reset on Poliwrath. But there's not really much they can do here. So I might be surprised if I get to a third move here and then actually I can just throw it. Force them to throw a Brave Bird. Okay, they did throw the Brave Bird. Now I just reset counter down here. Because counter is neutral, claw is resisted, so I might as well just go counter. And I'm going to safe swap here. They don't have an immediate answer. I mean, Greedent's a pretty good answer because it's so bulky and the mud shots are super effective. So Greedent is not a bad answer because he's super effective mud shots plus body slam is going to come pretty quick for an Ampharos. Right, and there's your trade-off, right? If you're going to do 20% more shadow damage bonus shadow damage, holy smokes, you will also take 20% more damage from your opponent. So now 2 mud shot body slam combos there. Loose switch. The thing is now, where this team is tough is Poliwrath and Sand Slash are going to have a real tough time against Annihilate. So I basically need to stay here, try and chip a Scald, try and probably Icy Wind once too if this lands. Because I don't get the lower attack. You can see me going for the Icy Wind. I wouldn't be surprised if I shield. Yeah. Shield the Shadow Ball potentially. And just Icy Wind them. Lower their attack. Won't take out. But if I can lower their attack and maybe claw down without taking a lot of damage. They shield. Okay. Now, again, neutral counters versus resisted counters is a huge advantage for Annihilape. They do get a Shadow Ball. I was hoping that lowered attack would be good. Ampharos comes in, right? Again, I have never seen so many Ampharos in the Ultra League before. There just seem to be everywhere right now, which I think rightfully so. I think it's quite strong. The reason I shielded is because they're going to be doing double super effective counters anyways, so there's no point of taking one. But now I put myself a little too low anyways. I tried to undercharge here because I need to come out with 2 moves, but I'm not going to come out with 2 moves. I needed to take that out and come out with 2 moves, which did not happen. So good lead here. There's your Ampharos again. Like I was not joking around when I said that I have been seeing Ampharos everywhere, and I think that it is quite good overall. I just think I do think the Shadow is better. Let me just check the rankings on PvPoke to see Shadow versus non-Shadow. Personally, having used both, I don't really care what the ranking says. Shadow is way better, and it is 152 versus 251 ranking. They do say that use Trailblaze. I don't like Trailblaze. I get why they're saying use it, because they want you to just boost your attack and do more damage with the Volt switches. I just think that Thunder Punch provides you a nice... So Brutal Swing is 40 for 78 damage, 1.98. And Thunder Punch is 40 for 79.2, 1.98. So both about 2 damage per energy with a 40 energy move. Trailblaze is 50 for 78, 1.56. There's 2 reasons you use Trailblaze. One is you want to boost your attack. 2 is if you want to use this as a safe swap and try and draw out like a Swampert, right? Because then you can hit a super effective Trailblaze on their Swampert when they're not expecting it. But I think those are the only 2 reasons you would use Trailblaze, and I would prefer just to use the quicker Thunder Punch that does pretty good damage, and now you're just seeing like a sweep here. So yeah, that is the team. Used it earlier in the season. Pretty well, actually. Again, Annihilape, tricky for Poliwrath Sandslash combo there. Obviously, you got to watch out for like Swamperts and Grounds in the back. You'd have weak to ground in the back. But everything else you can kind of just like combo. I think each 3 have good play in this meta. Anyways, that's it. So we'll see what, again, Great League Ultra League this week. I'll bring you new information when we get it for the new season. But that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.